leadership brotherhood.
They got a sign covering your head up front. You can get a little closer.
Okay. I became a Canadian citizen in 2001 after 4 years of hard fighting. I had to take oath to be a Canadian citizen. You have to take oath. Trudeau does not want people to take oath. Trudeau wants to divide the nation. No! When I became a Canadian citizen, that is what I got. I'm gonna read it. As a Canadian, you must uphold the principles of democracy, freedom, compassion, which are the foundation and a strong and united Canada. Yellow vest, coast to coast. United we roll. You have made a difference. You have shaken Parliament Hill. People are stepping down. We want Trudeau to step down. If he does not step down, build the pipeline. And my last message is, I heard that Trudeau used to be a boxer. I don't know, I never seen it. I wasn't in Canada. But I challenge Trudeau for a boxing match. That boxing match must happen in the oil patch or in a wheat field. If Trudeau does not comply to the boxing match, I know that is the worst. I leave you Canadians with that much, and guess what? The struggle just began. Thank you very much, and hopefully that we'll make it.
My goodness, what a compassionate speech. Now our next speaker is Mr. Maxime Bernier. Come on up, Max. Max, I'm going to hand you a pretty hot mic. That's a tough act to follow, isn't it? We're really pleased you're here. Maxime Bernier, let's hear it for him.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
First of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for doing that and for being here to protest, because you're not asking for a handout, you're not asking for any privileges, you're just asking for being sure that this country will be able to build pipelines. That's important, not only for you, that's important for all Canadians. And yes, you're right. We don't need a carbon tax. We don't need the bill C-69. We don't need the bill C-48. And under our leadership, with the People's Party of Canada, we will scrap C-49. We will scrap C-69. We will privatize the other pipeline. So we need to have a pipeline that will be built by the private sector for you and for our friends from all over the country. So it's easy to say that. It's very easy. Justin Trudeau told you that you'll have a pipeline. And Boucher is saying the same thing. And I'm saying the same thing. Who's right? Who's going to deliver a pipeline? We need, yes, we need to use the Constitution. So I said the same thing in French in Quebec. I said the same thing in English in New Brunswick. I said the same thing in English in Alberta. And now I'm telling you that, yes, we need to do some consultation. But if we don't have any agreement, we need to use our Constitution. We need to use the Section 9210 and declare a pipeline for the advantage of our country. And yes, if we don't have an agreement with the politician in Quebec or the politician in BC, we will use the Constitution and impose a pipeline. Because Canadians know that it's first of all safer to build a pipeline today. It is safer for the environment. It is safer for the population. And Quebecers remember what happened 7 years ago in Lac Mégantic. We need to transport our oil and gas by pipeline, and we need to use the Constitution if necessary. I'm asking you, ask that question to the other politicians who will come here, if they have the courage to use the Constitution if necessary to build a pipeline. Ask that question to Justin Trudeau. We know the answer. Ask that question to Andrew Scheer. He was not able to answer that in French in Quebec when they asked the question. And the journalist said to Andrew Scheer, do you think that you will use the Constitution to build a pipeline if Quebec, the politicians in Quebec are against that? He was not able to answer the question. You know, I'm answering that question. Our goal is to speak to our fellow Canadians and speaking about what is good for this country, for the unity of this country. We need pipeline, but not only that, we need to have a fair equalization formula. We need to be sure that it would be fair for everybody. If we want to unite our country, we need these two reforms at the federal level. And I'm there, the People's Party of Canada is there to deliver that for you and for all Canadians.
What about the UN?
BBC. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Max. What about Bill C-75? I'm going to give a little speech here. We traveled across this country, all the way from Red Deer, Alberta. Woo! In the lead with Angie. My voice is a little rough, and I apologize for that, but that was from one absolute powerful movement that we were performing as we came across this country. We united Canada all the way along, from end to end. We were able to unify this country as we walked across and drove across and shook hands with every little person, every child, every mother, father, everybody. And we had heard nothing but love and help from everybody when it came from getting across this country.
Come on now.
And I'd like to say for everybody out here, this United We Roll Convoy for Canada was an absolute pleasure. It was my absolute honor to be up here with you guys and have the opportunity to get our message across that we need to unite this country. We need to take this country back. We need to allow ourselves to join and have our voices heard and exercise our political rights. And that is what we did. So for that, I thank you, Canada, for allowing me to come across, to get this voice, to get our voices heard, to allow us to invoke our political rights and allow us to stand up for our Canadian Charter rights. This is our movement, Canada. We're making history. We're making this happen. The world is watching us. We need to act responsibly when it comes to this. We need to be the people for the people. This is a response.